Good afternoon, Region 5. Happy to be with you today. How are you, Bubba? Good. For those folks that are in the field, we have about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 12 people here in the regional office, and I assume you're all here because you want to hear about the Lead Your Life Certificate Program. And I just wanted to remark again, if you weren't on the Benjamin Zander program launch last week, the team, and by the way, let me not be any less clear. The team, this is a team effort. If it wasn't for everybody on this team, this certificate program and the supervisor series would not exist. So just because I'm the face up here, just know that we're all very much invested in this, and we're here for you, every one of us, and you'll see a list of who we all are at the end, okay? So the Lead Your Life Certificate Program is one of two programs. We have the Supervisor Series that we're going to be doing as well, probably once every 2 months. I think our first one's going to be in February. And then this certificate program grew as a result of listening to employees, right? Employees said, yes, NCTC has a Stepping Up to Leadership program for 11s and 12s, right? Advanced Development Leadership Program for 13s and above. And then the Pathways program existed here for about a couple, 3, 4 years. Great program, but that was for GS9s and above only. So we heard from many people, first of all, a lot of those spots are very competitive. You know, just because you apply for some of them doesn't mean you're going to get in. And you may never get in. I unfortunately know of some folks that have been trying to get into ADLP for 5, 6 years, and they're not in. Again, it's not anybody's fault. It's just the virtue of the program. It's, you know, a lot of demand, which is great. It means it's a great program, right? But in order to take advantage of the fact that everybody wants, or a lot of people want leadership training, we decided in Region 5, the director had said, let's get a team together and let's make training available for any and all human beings in Region 5. So that's what we've done. So I'm just going to step you through the program, and it's called the Lead Your Life Certificate Program. And the reason we chose that as a team was, you know, whether you want to be a leader, you want to be the next, you know, Dan Ash, or you just want to be a leader in your own community, your own household, whatever it is, this is whatever you want it to be. And so it's very flexible and very dynamic. So, the Lead Your Life program. So what's in it for you? It says it here, but you know, most importantly, you're going to understand the elements of leadership, and you're going to gain some competencies, and you're going to gain experience. Hopefully you're going to feel empowered by the end of this to proactively lead your lives, whether that's professional, hopefully both professional and personal. And you're going to take action to demonstrate and model that behavior every day. By the way, before I go any further, stop me anytime. I'm just sort of talking off the slides. This is very informal. Certainly the field, type in your questions, and I'll be responding on a regular basis, okay? So this is what's in it for you. If you take on this program, hopefully this is how you're going to, you know, be embarking on the rest of your life with even more skills than you have today. And who should participate? Well, if you could look in that mirror, I think it's pretty obvious. All of us should participate. Again, if we want to live a more purposeful life, why not? Why not? And what do you need to sign up? No fancy-dancy application form here. Just give us an email saying you're committed to the program. It's a 1-year program. All the requirements have to be done within that year. Make sure your supervisor is on board. Very important. And please copy your supervisor when you send me the email so that we're double sure that the supervisor remembers that they're on board, okay? So, Lao Tzu said the journey of 1,000 miles must begin with a single step. So I really applaud each and every person that's making a commitment to this. Because just taking that step to sign up, to come and listen, to start doing the journey is just fantastic. I mean, it means that you really care about your life and what's to come. So, what are the requirements? Because this is probably what everybody wants to know, and I want to explain a little bit about the requirements too. So the 3 core courses are Leadership Challenge Workshop, the Crucial Conversations, and a course on diversity. Now, if you know this region has brought a lot of these courses to the regional office and other places throughout the region often. If you've already taken one of these, there is no reason to repeat. You've already started to fill some of your requirements. So if you've taken Crucial Conversations in the last 3 years, Crucial Conversations is now done. Leadership Challenge Workshop, that's been here often as well. These courses are also held at NCTC. So what's going to happen is, depending upon how many of you enroll, I will be figuring out with the team what courses we still need to get either to NCTC, to the regional office, or somewhere in between. In other words, if 55 people need Leadership Challenge Workshop, never have taken it, right? And there's only one course being held this year, then we'll figure out how to get a contractor to bring that course somewhere that, again, this is the coordination role of where everybody can get to, or maybe a couple times. The responsibility for paying for these courses is the individual station. So you're part of the course. So let's say it's let's say the Leadership Challenge Workshop is $350 per person for the workshop, when we divvy it up. That'll come out of station budgets. I know that was probably a big question. So all of those things will come out of station budgets. Were you going to ask a question? Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's, yeah, so those are the major costs, if you will. And again, some of them aren't major. If they're at NCTC, everything that's held there is completely free except for your travel, right? So if you're within driving distance of NCTC and you can get to a crucial conversation class there, or a diversity class there, all you have to do is get there and back, and that's paid for. If we're holding it somewhere else other than NCTC, then it's station funds. Shouldn't be a tremendous amount of money, though, but we would have to see how many people need these things before I can help you identify exactly what the costs are. All right, and if you've had a diversity workshop, and a number of us there was one here in the regional office last year. We had a day of diversity training. That would qualify. Okay? All right, so the 3 core courses. Any other questions on that? Yeah.
What about some certificates or whatever to let you know that you've taken the course?
There will be a certificate at the completion of. Oh, you mean, well,
For each one of those courses
right.
you've taken, leadership and crucial conversations.
Okay. Really? Okay, well, we'll have to look into that. I thought I remembered receiving things when I took the courses, but I'm sure we can look it up. I don't think you're going to say, I did this. And I'm going to say, I don't believe you. You don't have a course. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Somebody's got it. DOI Learn has it. Somebody has it. Okay, but we will have to make sure that everybody does have all the requirements. But that's minor. That's minor. Any other questions? Anything from the field? Nope. No. You have a question? Sure. Greg has a question. From our team member. Greg is one of our team members. Deborah Reynolds is also in the audience, and she's another team member. And I don't know if there's somebody out in the field that's a
I just
team
want to
member.
remind folks that online you can chime in on the chat room. And our own Tiffany Holt has been chiming in and answering some of the questions online as one of our team members. But we encourage you online folks to go ahead and chat in anything you want. Sarah's up for it.
Okay. And so has Tiffany answered anything that bears repeating?
Sure. Let's see here.
Or can everybody see it that's online?
Basically, there was a question about how to sign up.
And can everybody online see the answers to Tiffany's? Is that like a...
Yep, they can all see it in the chat room. So
okay.
Anyway, Tiffany's doing her team member job out there now, and we encourage the field users to participate. And there's a lot of them right now.
Okay, great. Fantastic. Okay, so those are our 3 core courses. Excellent courses, right? Leadership Challenge Workshop gives you a 360 assessment of your leadership skills, or lack of, sometimes. It just shows you, it's a snapshot in time of the people that you asked to be a part of your 360. So, some people say, oh, I knew she or he was going to give me, a bad mark or whatever like that. It's funny because statistics show that the people that you think often are the people that are not as, generous with positive things about your leadership skills. That it really doesn't work out that way at all. It might be the person you think really gave you a good, So anyway, but anyway, the 360, great tool, one tool, right? It's just one snapshot of your abilities, and that's why we have so many other things we want you to address, so you can really get, again, even a bigger 360 through some of the other coursework that we've got designed for you. So let's look at the rest. TED Talks. TED stands for, remind me, Technology, Engineering, Design? Design. So if those of you that aren't familiar with TED Talks, you can literally go to your internet, put in TED Talks, Google it, and boy, you'll get a plethora of TED Talks on so many different amazing subject matters. We have scoured the TED Talk internet, one of our team members, for the best TED Talks on leadership and put them in different categories. The way we found Benjamin Zander is a very long story that doesn't need to go on here, but Benjamin Zander has a bunch of good things on YouTube and others, but one of it is a TED Talk that he did, a 20-minute or so TED Talk. So wonderful things on TED Talks. We want people to do at least 3, and we want them to blog about them. And now a lot of folks have done courses online. I've never done a course online. But I hear it's the way to do courses these days. So we've set up blogs for all the TED Talks. And then one of the team members will be monitoring that TED Talk and either doing some provocative questions for the participants or monitoring to make sure that people have participated and that you saw the TED Talk and that hopefully you're getting something valuable out of them. Once you start, you're probably going to want to do more than 3 because they're so great. Yeah, Greg.
Would you like to go sort of free form on questions from the field whenever they chime?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. We have a great one, and it's an
everybody.
awesome question for us, the team, is that about lifestyle and commitment. And so this person says, hey, as a single mom, it is difficult for me to attend training unless there is some sort of daycare available like there is at NCTC. Is there anything available at the regional office or regional for training? And maybe we want to address the sort of lifestyle and the busy lives of family lives of people and still being in this program.
Yeah, so that's good. And we talked to that a little bit about when we were talking about the shadowing and other assignments. But excellent question, and thank you for it. Yes, certainly NCTC is the be-all to the end-all for daycare. Boy, aren't we lucky to have such a great facility. As far as something here in the regional office, I have a feeling we have other single moms and other people that have their children in daycare. I don't know that I could answer right off the bat, but if we do figure out that we need a training here, I know that we could find out how we might facilitate, at least connect you with places that would take a child on for a time frame. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Who else? Anybody in the audience have any ideas on? Yeah.
I know a little bit.
Let's give her a microphone. Thank you, Greg.
I know a little bit about going to NCTC with my son, and that's kind of a funny story that I won't get into. But there's a lot of state requirements as far as different vaccines that are required, an updated doctor medical record form that needs to be done. So you can do it, but you need to plan ahead and probably make a visit to your pediatrician. Also, some states, I was going to take my son to Florida for a course, and some states actually require you to visit a doctor in state, which can really throw a little monkey wrench into things. So, nice to know.
So it's, so Gail Hubley just said maybe we need to put together a little focus group on this. I think that's a great idea. So,
hey, Sarah?
Yes.
Being on the team, I guess I sort of knew that we had discussed this kind of topic about sometimes being on a detail or being away for a month is impossible for people and it precludes you from being like in a leadership program. But I think if my memory serves me right, we really did design this curriculum to be heavily self-guided, open on the time frames. A lot of it is online stuff you do. So isn't it true that there's a lot of built-in flexibility, knowing full well we're not expecting people be away from duty stations for extended periods of time or their families?
Absolutely, and Greg is like right on. We discuss that like maybe more than most things in our groups. But what this person though was asking is about, I think, the 2 courses, because even a diversity course you can do online. I've checked into that, so it's not like you have to go someplace. The Crucial Conversations and the Leadership Challenge Workshop, those are the only 2 that don't offer the complete flexibility that the rest of the program does. The rest of the program is computer-based. It's, on the phone. It's in your own field station. We're suggesting if you can't travel, if you're a single mom, you have no daycare, why not do another person's job in your field station, which again is a little later in the group. But yes, so thanks, Greg. But those 2 courses, one's 2 days, 2.5 days, and one's 3 days. So that would be something that whoever asked certainly. We'll try to help you, but maybe somebody in your own world can also help if we know far enough in advance, and we can help you plan dates. So we'll do our best. Yeah, were you going to say something? No? Okay. And that person should contact any of the team members and, for more guidance. That's one thing we want to do, is make sure that you know that we're all here for you. And if you have a question or a concern or, whatever comes up, any one of us is available, email, phone. Now we have a little iChat. You can just, if you see we're online, go for it. So, so we did the TED Talk, and I talked about the blogs, and that'll be ongoing. And then we're going to have readings and discussion. So there are going to be 9 books listed, and we want people to, what's the matter? Oh, good. It's an excellent book, isn't it? Yeah. So I bet, again, you're going to want to read all 9. I just can feel it in my brain. We have even a longer list, and we'll put that longer list on there. Because, after you're done, but these requirements may seem like a lot right now. I don't know if it does or not to you. But if it does, once you get going on all of this stuff, you're like, wow, this is so cool. And you just want to keep going. TED Talks, the readings, the whole thing. You're going to get hooked. That's my vision. Everybody's going to be an addict for leadership. So anyway, junkies. So this is actually, these are 4 of the 9 books that we're requesting. You only have to read 3. And then we will, again, team members will be hosting discussions, whether it's WebEx or whatever medium, I don't know right now. But it'll be 3 times a year. So if you read the books early and you want to get them discussed early, we'll have it, I think it's in April, and then July, and then in September. We're going to spread it out throughout the year. Again, trying to really make this as flexible as possible. Okay? So just 3 books, great books. Writing assignments. And this is all explained, by the way. If you guys haven't printed these things out, and you want to pass them over, in your requirements page that was sent out by Deb Rock last week, all the requirements are there. We have 3 writing assignments. One is like your definition of leadership. And again, that will probably be, I would imagine, towards the end of the program. It could be fun exercise to do it now and then do it again later. See how it's changed. Leadership interview. We want you to hang out with somebody you like their style of leadership. You're attracted to it. And ask them some really good open-ended questions. And find out, how do they juggle everything as being a leader? We want you to write that up. And again, it's all spelled out in your requirements page. And then we want you to rewrite your individual development plan. You might be rewriting it right now for this next fiscal year. But also after you're through with your leadership development certificate program, perhaps you're going to be wanting to rewrite it for the next fiscal year. And by the way, talking about the classes and the flexibility, et cetera, we are doing it over 2 fiscal years, if you notice. We're starting in January. We're doing a calendar year, but it actually goes into 14 for the fiscal year. So if money's a little tight on your station or whatever, you could break up those core courses that do cost a little bit of money if it's really that, if it's really a factor and you not being able to take them, and put it down for fiscal year 14, okay? And yes, so rewriting your individual plan. So those are just 3 writing assignments. This is one of the really cool ones, I guess, is a leadership experience. And this is maybe where we spent most of our energy thinking, how do we make it as flexible as possible? We're not telling you to go do a month detail anywhere. We're not telling you to shadow 5 different people. We're not telling you anything. We're telling you to think about your own life and decide what's the best for you. And that could be, as I said up here, you could take on being a PTA president for a year. You could be a selectman in your own town. You could become a board member for a friends group. Whatever you think would give you the leadership skills that you're looking for. Do a job swap with somebody. Somebody said perform a stretch assignment, and that's explained in there. Put yourself in somebody else's shoes altogether and sort of take on their role and see how you learn about being a leader when you're in that kind of situation. Again, in the community, in your own field station, in an adjoining field station, coming into the regional office, going to Washington, whatever suits you. And again, all of our team members are here to assist you. If you want to pass something by one of us, get our input. If you don't know where to start for whatever reason, call us. We'll be here to help you try to figure that out. Any other questions coming up? No? Okay. So at the end of all this, we want you to share your experience. And again, the media, or the type of medium is up to you. But we want the whole program to be encapsulated into a nice package of some sort. So we know how you have changed over time, what experiences you've gained, what skill sets you've gained, what you feel more competent in. And this is always, it's like filling out your resume, for a job. Sometimes we should do that even if we're not going for a job. You start filling out your resume and you realize all the things you've accomplished, right, or everything you've done. You sort of forget that on your day-to-day. It's the same thing with this kind of project. If you reflect on everything you learned within the last year, it'll be for you as well as for us to make sure that you got what you needed. But it'll be for you to say, oh, wow, look at everything I learned over the last year. And we will know too. I mean, talk about evaluation and monitoring. We want to know, was this the best program since sliced bread that we thought it was going to be? That's what we thought as a team of 12 people. But the proof is going to be in those people that participate and tell us, how was it? And this is going to be one great way to know that. What was that? What was it? Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Oops. How did that just happens by yourself? I don't need it. How do I go back?
Did I miss it? What is a developed digital account? What is that?
Oh, well, that's probably Sarah's typo. That's probably what that is. And a digital account. I just meant digitally instead of video, computer. I called it a digital because I know we're not videoing anymore. That's an old technology. What is the new technology? What's the word? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Yeah, but it's to do it using a computer or digital equipment. Yeah, thank you. That was a good question. Okay, so share your experience. So that was, I sort of got ahead of myself. That was to share your experience on your shadowing, your detail, or whatever you choose to do for your practicum, if you will. That's what I was talking about. And then the next slide, actually, was the capstone project. So I sort of got ahead of myself. So there's two productions that you have to do, or 2 things you have to do. You have to share your experience, whether it was in the community or with others somehow, okay? I know this sounds a little ambiguous, but we're trying to make it flexible. We're trying to make it so you can be creative. It's how you communicate the best, or how you want to now challenge yourself. Maybe you're a great writer and you enjoy writing, but you can't handle standing up in front of people. Maybe you want to give a presentation in front of somebody. So again, we want you to challenge yourself throughout. So I see some smiles. Yeah, I can relate to that, she says. And then the capstone project is what I was really talking about a couple of minutes ago, which was we want to know how the whole program worked for you. And again, we want you to choose how you do that. But some of the things we want you to address are, how did the certificate program impact you? What's different? How are you different 1 year later? How did you grow? And, what's your awareness level of all sorts of different subject matters? You're going to be amazed at what this program is going to open yourself up to. I mean, we had 2 hours with Benjamin Zander, and those of you in the field that got to watch it, and people are walking around going, how fascinating, and all sorts of things. So, just spending that 2 hours in front of him has done so much for so many of us. I've heard people reflect about how it reminded them of their dads and lessons they had forgotten and things. So that was one thing. Just think of all the components that are going to do that for you. So before I wrap anything up, I want to talk about the mentoring relationship. Now, some of you that have been in the region quite a while, like yours truly, can remember that we had a formal mentoring program a number of years ago. It was mixed. I mean, there were some really good successes, and there were some mediocres, okays, and there were some that were just like, it just didn't work for. And that's what happens in any kind of program, one. But, a mentoring program, if you think about, what's a mentor? A mentor is someone that you think highly of. Again, they have what you want or need, or both. A mentor is somebody that you're going to be able to trust. That's a big one, right? You want somebody you can talk to, and they're there for you. You can be vulnerable with them. Right? They're there to guide you. They're there to give you feedback. They're there to nudge you, to coach you. So having a great mentor is not all that easy, to be quite honest. But I believe that anybody who wants a mentor, and we all do, anybody who wants a mentor, you can have one, or 2, or 3. We want you to get one for the year, but we'd love it if it lasted your lifetime. Wouldn't that be great, to find somebody this year that you can, relate to for a long, long time, even if it's not a lifetime? And sometimes people find it difficult to ask people for what they want. It's a part of leadership, okay? You got to ask for what you want. That's being a leader of your own life, right? So if you do have an issue or concern about asking somebody, again, you've got 12 people that are willing to sort of help you find that person. But we urge you to take all the first steps. Look at people. Think about people. It doesn't have to be in the agency. Okay, it could be in your community. It could be in your church. It could be in your synagogue. It could be wherever life takes you on a regular basis. If there's somebody that you feel really strongly about. You could have 2 mentors. You could have one professional, one personal. But if you can find somebody that will help guide you through this whole program, and maybe you're going to want to do more discussions about the readings with them. Again, maybe they have the job that someday, X amount of years from now, you want. But it's a really special. How many people have a mentor in this group? 2, 3. 3 people out of a number. And is it everything that I said it is? Yes. Okay. So we want to help you do that. Again, show your leadership by asking someone. And by the way, little tips about mentoring or getting mentor. People are flattered, so don't hesitate. They may say they don't have time or the energy, and good for them for fessing up early and not just taking it on. And you might want to do that. You might want to really ask them, that I'm going to be coming and chatting with you a lot. So do you have the time? Because that's what they're there. That's what they're going to be there for. But don't not ask somebody because you're afraid that they won't want to, or they're too high up on the chain, or whatever. Don't do any assumptions or limiting beliefs. Just go for it. But then do make sure that they understand what you're asking. You're asking for guidance. You're asking for, a confidential relationship, because your mentor needs to be somebody that you can trust and that they won't, betray your trust. So anyway, so mentoring, great. Gail, do you want to say anything more about mentoring since you have a mentor? Can we give you a mic? 'Cause I just think that's notable.
I think the key.
Yes.
I think the key is finding the right match, because I've had mentors and I've had mentors, and I have one right now that's making a huge difference in my life, and I've had ones that were well-meaning and very nice people but didn't quite provide the right match. So the other thing to be sure is if the person that you choose first doesn't quite fit, you may need to think about it and find a different fit.
Good.
When you find the right match, it's amazing.
Yeah, so if they're not the right fit, it's not you, it's them.
Well, no, I think
boyfriends and mentors,
yeah,
or girlfriends
and
mentors.
It's the match. It's not either person.
Right, it's the match. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
So you want to find the right chemistry regardless of people. It doesn't matter.
You could even say, I'm interviewing you to be my mentor, but I'm interviewing 3 other people as well.
There you go. That's a good idea. Very good.
Try them out. Try them out. Okay, so really, that's the spiel. But any more questions? What needs more clarifying or clarification? Anything from the field, or did I just say everything perfectly? Yeah, right. Oh, let me remind you. These are the team members. Okay, so we've got Brian Browdis out at Cape May, Refuges. Nitra, Green Lake National Fish Hatchery, Fisheries, obviously. Aubrey Hall, Chincoteague National Wildlife Refuge. Shane Hanlon, Ecological Services. Kyla Hasty in External Affairs. Our own Tiffany Holt, who's doing our stuff online right now from Refuges. Paul Pfeiffer, Ecological Services. Deb Reynolds in the audience, Migratory Birds. Stephen Smith at White Sulphur Springs. Greg Thompson, Bubba Host Extraordinaire, and Kate Toniolo, also in Refuges. So any and all of us. Now, we have had 2 sub-teams, so the people that were really, really influential in this program were Tiffany Holt, Kate Toniolo, and Aubrey Hall, and Stephen Smith. We were the sort of the sub-team that worked on the certificate program. But everybody and anybody is there to assist you. And like I said, email. Once you do register and make that commitment, have your supervisors, etc., you'll be pointed towards, we'll give you a welcome letter, and we'll get you onto a SharePoint site so you can see everything you're going to need, all the list of the books, the list of the TED Talks, the times that we're going to be hosting all the discussion groups for the different books. And then we'll probably also have a space that you can share information about what you're doing for your shadow or your detail. And another thing that we can help with. If you have a particular interest and you don't even know how to get started to do a shadow in that assignment or in that program, or some kind of work detail or whatever, that's what we're here for. Call us anytime. Yay? Anything else? Okay. Well, thank you all for streaming in with us and all those people in the regional office. And this will be archived. And Greg, how will they access this after it's archived? Hold on, I'm going to bring Greg a...
Well, we can send a link out to the folks, and they can watch this archive afterwards. And there's some exciting new internal communications technology coming online for the region in 2013. So there may be a way for you to click right off your desktop to see such a thing soon.
Okay.
So stay tuned. We'll send out a link with the archive.
Okay. All right. Thanks all. Don't stop.